What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Lonely Mosi, aka King Mosi, aka God Dog. So we back at it again with another reaction video. Uh, Interesting. As I was looking through some videos, doing the last one I just did, I saw this one, and it made sense because I posted it. It's funny, I posted it on my Instagram. Kanye West called Diddy a fed. He said, "Fuck you, you a fed," and I was cracking up. And I thought it was funny. But now here, Candace Owens, after the surveillance footage has been put out, she posted a video, or a couple months ago, she posted a video alleging that Diddy was a Fed. Let's go and see what she is talking about here in this video.
Oh my gosh, where do we begin? All right, well, he's changed his name many times over the years. You might know him as Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, Puffy, Puff,
And this was posted 2 months ago.
Diddy, or just Diddy, the D, the I, the D, the D, the Y. Okay, well, there have always been rumors, and quite frankly, I always thought that they were conspiracies because they sounded crazy. First and foremost, rumors that he was gay. Also, rumors that he was behind the killing of his quote-unquote best friend, the notorious B.I.G., and also that he had something to do with the killing of Tupac. Well, last year, things got interesting because Combs' ex, her name was Cassandra, she went by Cassie, and she filed a federal lawsuit against him in New York alleging years of assaults. Now, again, they dated for like more than 10 years, so she obviously was very close to him and knew his lifestyle. Her lawsuit contained graphic allegations that he raped her.
10 years. They dated for 10 years. 10 years. They dated for 10 years. No wonder he paid that money so fast. She know all bro secrets. She know all bro dirty laundry. She know his habits. She know what he gonna eat for breakfast. She knows everything about this man from the moment he wake up to the time he go to sleep. Oh yeah, he paid that money. He did that. He did whatever she said he did.
2018,
Allegedly.
that he physically abused her, that he intimidated her, that he made her have sex with male escorts while he watched. The lawsuit also alleged that he blew up another artist's car, his name was Kid Cudi, in order to stop him from seeing Cassie romantically when him and Cassie split up. I mean, again, all of this sounds insane if it's true. Well, Kid Cudi thought the accusations were true. He said, yes, that is factually what happened. But of course, Diddy denied those allegations. And he instead came out and said that Cassie was simply trying to blackmail him for $30 million. And by the way, that is plausible, right? We've seen tons of those instances, especially in the era of Me Too. But this one felt a little different because we're like, okay, but she's known you for a very long time. And these allegations are quite weird. But we never got a follow-up there because then he very quickly settled with her for an undisclosed amount. And then even more women...
And I remember when people saw that, when he settled, a lot of people was like, yeah, we'll never get the truth now because he settled and the case is closed and she's not going to say nothing, he's not going to say nothing. But again, the truth always comes out to the light. People are going to... I don't know why people don't understand this. What you do in the dark is going to come to light eventually. Eventually, it's going to come to the light. I don't know why people don't like Candace Owens. I don't know why the black people don't like Candace Owens. I mean, I can see why, but I don't know why. I think she's she's a very smart black woman, and she's very opinionated, like a lot of us. She might think differently, but I think she's cool. She's cool people.
Coming out saying they were victims of Diddy, and then it seemed like an avalanche, and he issued a very strong statement condemning them for essentially extortion attempts and trying to murky his name.
That's where he messed up at.
So again, you don't know what's real, you don't know what's not.
Talk about
until this recent lawsuit, and this one's different, guys. A man named Rodney Jones has come forward to sue Diddy, and this is not your average lawsuit. I will say right now, many lawsuits are in fact frivolous. I have fought and won frivolous lawsuits. This person, however, his name is Rodney Jones. He lived, traveled, and he worked with Diddy as a producer, and he is alleging that he has hours upon hours of recorded footage and pictorial evidence, which has been included in this document to support his claims. And I have to say, these claims seem very credible. Now, to be clear, Rodney, also goes by Lil Rod, is suing Diddy and others, we're going to get to who those others are, for $30 million, claiming that he was subjected to sexual misconduct for the duration of the production process of an album. It is a 70-page lawsuit. It has been filed in the Southern District of New York. And he is claiming that while working on the album and living.
And just so you have some context, Cassie's, I believe her lawsuit was only 35 pages. So it was half of what Lil Rod got.
Homes in New York, California, Florida, other locations, that Diddy repeatedly groped him, touching his, I'm sorry to say this, guys, his anus and his crotch without consent, and attempting to groom him into accepting a homosexual relationship by showing explicit videos of others in Hollywood. Yes, they have named other artists, claiming that homosexuality was a normal practice in the music industry.
How do I say this without coming off insensitive? Because I really want to know. But then again, I don't really want to know. No, I have to actually. I want to know. How does another grown man play with your anus? Like, is he talking about just the cheeks of it, or is he talking about like, because you got to do some wiggling to get back here, and before they get there, you can have like you can move. So I'm just assuming he mean like just kind of maneuvering. But Diddy is a freaky boy, and if that is true, he is really strange. Now let's get back to this video. And I don't mean strange because he might be gay. I mean strange because you want to be gay with non-gay people.
Also claiming that Diddy would walk around the house naked and force him to watch him shower, and is alleging that he went forward and told.
What is this? What's that movie? The Bird Box? You can't. How did he force you? Like these are questions that I really want to know from a man to man perspective. Like, well, he must have really been afraid for his life for you to be forced to watch another man take a shower. That's crazy. I wish another man would try to AKA force me to watch some shit. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Like what? Like you gonna have to do what you gonna do right there, cause I'm not watching no other men. You know what I'm saying? Like no, dog. Like I'm like that's not happening.
Diddy's chief of staff, Christina Karam, about this. And Christina came back to him and said, well, Sean will just be Sean. So we're going to go through some of these explosive claims. Again, right at the top, I'm going to make it clear so that I don't get sued that these are all allegations. Everything that I'm going to say after this is an allegation that is being claimed by Rodney in this lawsuit document, which we will include as a link for you guys if you are watching this on YouTube. So let's go through the big claims. Ready? Number one, this is perhaps the biggest claim, is that Diddy and his son murdered someone in plain daylight and got away with it. There's apparently a man that they know, that everyone who works with Diddy knows, that they can call and they essentially will get everything cleaned up. And they are implicating the LAPD in this madness because they produced fake reports. And he's got some real good evidence to back up these claims. He says that one evening during a camp that they were running with several musicians, Mr. Combs and Jay Combs were in a heated conversation with somebody named G. And while this conversation was moved out of the studio and into a restroom that was adjacent to where Jones was sitting, he heard approximately 2 feet away from him again, Mr. Jones is the producer that's suing him, gunshots suddenly ringing out. He recalls hearing multiple gunshots. Mr. Jones immediately went into a state of shock.
We not skipping past that. Hold on, wait a minute, go back. The rider spoke with several employees of the yacht rented by Mr. Combs. Must have been by. How do you have a typo in this? By Mr. Combs in the U.S. Virgin Islands, who personally witnessed defendant Quran instruct her staff, Brendan Paul, Frankie Santella, and Boy Bone Spike. Boy Bond. Spike bottles of champagne with ecstasy. A complaint is forthcoming. He is a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Oh man, he is a Grammy R&B winning singer, a Grammy winning R&B singer who had trouble with law enforcement after assaulting a Bayesian billionaire. Diddy a freaky boy. Diddy is a freaky
Was
boy.
moved out of the studio and into a restroom that was adjacent
Fast forward.
away from him again. He recalls hearing multiple. The shooting ended. A crowd gathered around the restroom. When the door finally opened, Mr. Combs and his son exited. G was lying on the restroom floor in a fetal position, holding his stomach and bleeding out of his leg and his hip area. Everyone stood around and looked up at him. Frustrated by the lack of aid that was being provided, Mr. Jones, the producer that's suing again, dropped everything, ran to the guy, and immediately began placing pressure. As he was applying pressure on his stomach, he realized that G was gushing blood from another area. He decided to lift G up and place him to sit on the toilet, and he asked the crowd to call the ambulance. Now, here is what is interesting. The ambulance does arrive, and Mr. Combs, according to Mr. Jones, Diddy gives strict instructions to inform the police that he had nothing to do with the shooting. He also forced the producer to lie to the police by telling them that G was shot while standing outside of the studio. And the police just believed this, despite the overwhelming evidence that this shooting did not take place outside of the studio and that it instead took place inside near the bathroom. He includes in his lawsuit this photo of the bathroom and we are blurring it here, of the blood in that bathroom. And then it is stunning because he also shows how the media then reported it, right? A fake police report was produced, and then fake headlines were the result. This is CBS News. Man shot outside party at Hollywood recording studio. The key word there is outside. How on earth could the LAPD be implicated in lying? Well, he alleges that there is an individual, again, that they know that they can call to clean up any types of murders. And that individual will make sure the right officers write down the fake police reports and that those are then fed to the media to cover up murder. The second big explosive thing that came from this document are the allegations that Diddy hosts freak-offs, essentially sexual events to his house, including in his bedroom, which would perhaps suggest that the blackmail runs both ways. Maybe he also has blackmail on Lucien Grange. Again, I don't know. I'm just telling you what's in this lawsuit.
Oh, hold on, wait a minute.
In the lawsuit is that, unbeknownst to Lucien, Cecil G, who was a huge tailor in London, I found that in this old article, The Guardian, the headline is "Forgotten and Overlooked: How Jewish Designers Dressed the Beatles and Changed Global Fashion." And in this article, there's a picture of Lucien. He was then, again, Michael.
So she's talking about Lucien Grange, basically, or Grain, whatever his name is, the owner of UMG, the owner of Gamma, the one that Drake is supposedly in bed with, doing business with as well. Lucien is I guess you could say the big dog of the music industry, and that's what she's talking about right now. So we're gonna pretty much wrap this up with ending on the connection between Lucien and Diddy.
G. He's sitting with his father, Cecil G. And it's just bizarre that also his father changed his name. In the article, it tells you that his father used to be Sasha Goldstein. So Sasha Goldstein became Cecil G., who gave birth to Michael G., who is now Lucien Grange. I mean, totally bizarre rabbit hole. If you guys want to look into it, I just thought it was weird. I did a cursory search.
It's a reason why they changed their names. It's definitely reasons why they changed their names. Um, it's the reason why street niggas growing up had nicknames. You know, when people have nicknames, it's hard to trace back who the name is or who the name could be. They just do it in a different manner.
found all of that. Perhaps most crucial, though, in the lawsuit is that unbeknownst to Lucien, Diddy also has a ton of hidden cameras all throughout his house, including in his bedroom, which would perhaps suggest that the blackmail runs both ways. Maybe he also has blackmail on Lucien Grange. Again, I don't know. I'm just
Allegedly, that's what they say, and I can believe that. And that's probably why they want Diddy to fuck up out of here. Because if y'all seen my live, there's a reason. I asked this question towards the end of my live. 8 years later, that video gets pushed out to the media. CNN to be exact. Why? You know what I'm saying? Like that video, if it was inside of the culture, somebody would have gave it to Act. Somebody would have gave it to Vlad. Unfortunately, he's a part of the culture. Somebody would have gave it to TMZ, Hollywood Unlocked. But it went to CNN 8 years later. And now Candace Owens is talking about there might be some blackmail on this here Lucien Grange or other people who've been to his freak offs. So the blackmail could go both ways. They trying to get Diddy. Whatever he did, what I'm saying right now doesn't negate what he did. Let that be clear. Diddy, he's a weirdo. He assaults women. We don't condone none of that nowhere near over here. You know what I'm saying? But that man, he got some footage on somebody. Cause it's an all out manhunt. Cause how you go from Drake and Kendrick beefing right after they done, they looked around and said, "Is it clear? Well, we want to make sure when we post this video, we get all the attention." Bam, CNN. Diddy assaulting the Cassie in the hallway, clear as day. Like this was in 4K HD. Yeah, man, I don't know. Something might be
in
a
this
little bit fishy.
lawsuit and what we can derive from it if these allegations are true. And again, the fact that there are so many photos in this document at least proves that he does have evidence of some sort. Which brings us to number 5, and this is pretty explosive, that we can garner that Cat Williams was right. If you don't know who Cat Williams is, he is the comedian. He's been a comedian for a very long time, and he always
I said that in the live too. Cat Williams opened up a can of worms, man.
like the funny guy in Hollywood, the funny guy amongst Black America. And last year, people were wondering whether or not he was crazy because he went on somebody's show and said that there was a ring in Hollywood. He actually named Diddy explicitly. He implied that Diddy was a gangster and that he had something to do with bizarre sex parties. Well, now Cat Williams is on Joe Rogan, the Joe Rogan podcast, and he is trying to signal to the world that people in Hollywood.
Before he was on Joe Rogan, he was on Shannon Sharp, and he let it go. And Joe Rogan came after with the Cat Williams interview, trying to get that, but it didn't hit as hard. But he let everything out on the Shannon Sharp interview.
Hollywood altogether was built as a psychological weapon, so to speak. Take a listen to Cat Williams in his own words.
Hollywood is not really there to entertain you. Like, that's great that happens, but propaganda is something that is important to all civilizations.
And those movies are successful, and so they continue this relationship, and you become a bit of a propaganda arm for the government, and in turn they don't with you.
That's what makes information so powerful is, you don't care how people feel about the ritual. It's about does following the ritual work.
Yeah.
And so you can fool yourself into thinking there isn't one, but the evidence will be clear. So like when I be like, oh, these guys are wearing dresses. Everybody's like, oh, he keeps talking about people wearing dresses. No, it's not.
That is a weird thing.
It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it. Show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully.
So maybe that's the answer to why the media seems to be burying the story. You can't find it anywhere. Maybe it's because, well, a lot of them are implicated. This is the case of the dog that is not barking right now. It suggests to us that our media is definitively run by some sort of a gang that has amassed a ton of power and wealth via sexual blackmail. Again, we keep hearing this over and over again. At what point are we going to accept that this is true? When we wonder why our media is in lockstep lying to us. He's talking about a ritual where they don't even care. It's performative. They're going to keep men wear dresses until we accept that this is the new thing.
Not gonna lie. Oh, did she say he's
implying that Hollywood intentionally was sent to make it so that we would.
This video right here. I don't know, man. This video just don't sit right with me.
Because you got your ass beat in tennis. You got your ass beat. Keep going. Count out loud. That's the wrong time. Nigga. Count out loud. 30. Can't, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 41, 42. Keep going. Keep going. 7, 8, 9, 1, 2. Keep going. Keep going. Don't cheat on your buddy hops. They suck. Your buddy hops suck. You got 200.
Meek might have not put on a dress, but he was show bunny hopping around the white folks' tennis court. And I guess his reasoning was that's how they made bets in jail because they didn't have money, so they would make him do bunny hops. It's like a humiliation tactic. So he brought that from prison or jail, and he brought that in with the white folk over there on the tennis court. Don't sit right with me, man. I don't know. I love Meek as an artist. He's one of my favorite. He's definitely my top 10. I gotta look at my top 5 list again, but he's definitely my top 10 musically. I really rock with Meek. But the goofy stuff outside of the music really be making, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard for me to defend him, so I just really, I just really keep quiet. I just really keep quiet because when he went against Drake, I had him winning because he could, he raps. He raps, but Drake was just Drake. And then all the stuff coming out about him and Diddy, and they got the matching outfits. Diddy calling his man daddy. Let me see.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah. Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy.
Man,
you putting in that work.
Meek make it hard to defend him, bro. I ain't gonna even lie. Then you got Puffy with that crazy ass sun hat he got on. Like, dog, man, it's hard to defend Meek, bro. So I just, as a fan, I just sit back and I listen to his music, but I don't even get involved with it. But yeah, I don't know, man. There's just a lot going on with that case. It's so much to unpack, bro. And then I guess Candance ended up calling the Diddy a fed. Kanye called Diddy a fed. That's the reason why he ain't got busted yet. So there's something going on. There's something going on. There's some blackmailing going on. Like Candance Owens said, there's some blackmailing going on between both parties. As the year goes on, I feel like we'll start to get more and more. They'll start unpacking some situations. We'll get a little bit more answers like we've been getting over the past couple of months. But in the meantime, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video. Really appreciate y'all for you watching. Y'all be safe, be blessed. Love y'all. Peace out.